It's common knowledge that in the realm of real things, Leslie Katz won something. She won something in that Gail Burston got away with conspicuously rubbing the AIDS attack in everybody's face. And that her allies convinced the queers that it was a shrewd investment in Hollywood to go along with it. But Leslie Katz's victory has a different dimension. That first dimension is clear. It's a victory of the right of Robert Fripp and Peter Gabriel to rip off the script, lie about that, recruit their own victims, lie about that, and say that they have it all reasoned out based on misinflecting what I said in my letter to Leslie Katz, how she secured it, how she behaved afterwards, her purposes in introducing me to individuals like Matt Marcus, what they said, what they did, what it indicated about their fellowship through the union with Reagan's brainstormers, working with Putin behind the scenes by way of Oliver Stone in an international union agreeing to all of this. A war game called Two Virgins, a moral ball, they think of it as, through misinterpreting my letter. She won the right to misconstrue the letter. And her Johnny Cochran in the matter was Obama, and Hillary Clinton represented her. They won the right to kill Saoirse Kennedy, to castrate me, to rape my deaf interpreter, and so on. So they won, and they should be congratulated. Trumpington won the presidency. He gets to lash out again because it's all settled. But there's another dimension to what she won. Leslie Katz, her victory was consecrated by my letter, which confirmed that she had the right to break up with me. I was confused. I was hysterical. I loved her. She shouldn't be making fun of me. They disagreed. Their real victory was they had the right to dehumanize, lie about, and exterminate someone they considered a termite. But her real victory was one that Maduro Goto's crowd and Pussy Riot, for example, were those types of feminists we're calling a black belt in feminism. In other words, doing this consensual sex, that's how they say in depth consensual sex. If she stops, you must stop and pull out. So it's like, stop. Do we start again? Pull out. You pulled out too fast. That violates the black belt in feminism because you could have triggered her lobbyists to want more when her moral consciousness said no. This was the neurohypnography of Penis Gabriel Svengali in Moral Ball. And they went digging in the dirt for their lusty storylines from Hair and Nambla and the pedophile script, in which Leslie is identified as Leslie who looks like a mouse. She waits at the 74 crossroads, which is the best number. So what she won was the right to commit genocide pornography in revenge for the Japanese. But she also won, in my view, the right to leave someone who she wanted to leave. And that's what I was conferring on her in the letter. She won the right by Peter Gabriel and Paul McCartney and the Leapfrog oligarchs, Ono's gang, like Putin, the right to lie about what she won. She won the right for me to go away. And I agreed to that. That's what the letter said. But they say she won the right to lie about what the letter said. That's what she won the right to lie, specifically for the purpose of museum theft about what the letter said. That's what she won the right to. And they call it plastic reality. It's a heaving, seething union agreement. It's a massive minority grudge that prevails over what happened. Because of the strategic necessity that it prevail over what happened. You see, so they, you know, calling themselves the Eggman, subject the persona to successive degradations of the X mode. And I went undercover to try to get evidence and got the evidence and proved it. And a sergeant on the police force understood how confusing, dramatic, scary, unbelievable such investigation could be. And I tried to advise my peers, but they were all prior advised with LickyChops. Because one of the main reasons was CMU's vainglorious feminists, they call themselves feminazis, as though the Nazi suffix is desirable. Sarah Becker had this thing called Girls with Guns going, and she invited me to speak to them. And she obviously heard from Leslie. He left me alone. Becker was with Matt Marcus, and Leslie introduced me to Matt Marcus. So the cowardly lies of King Crimson all are obvious by the fact that Sarah Becker invited me to speak at her Girls with Guns exhibit. But that's not important because they won the right to double talk about that, you see. That's what, so Leslie gets a win-win. She gets me to humiliate me and tell me to go away, and I agree to, okay, I'm sorry, you shouldn't humiliate me, is what I said. It's crazy what you're implying. You win. I'm going to leave. I'm not going to try to stop you from leaving. And that she wins that, and she also wins the right to lie about what the letter said. And the fact I was invited to perform at Girls with Guns proves that they're lying about the whole thing, because Sarah Becker would have shot me if I had touched Leslie in a way that they imply I wanted to, and my letter proves I never wanted to, had 1,000 opportunities to and refused. So Penis starts going, put it in, pull it out, pull it in, pull it out, and they have this Gurdjieff thing go, stop, continue, stop, continue, stop, continue, and it's robo-sex brainwashing. And the British Foreign Legion is going to come and compensate your sisters if you do it wrong, compensate your mothers, because they're a higher order of sexual entertainment. And that's what the whole thing is. Pitt laughs at the whole thing. Don't laugh. Because for them, the nature of reality is beyond morality. It's just entertainment. Oh, well, somebody thought this up. Well, so what? Somebody thought it up. Well, good. Give it airplay. I mean, who cares about Jimmy Queerball? If he's a utility for it. Cyril Wecht says the writing's on the wall. I mean, Cyril Wecht is an expert. He's an authority in Pennsylvania. Saoirse Kennedy served. Says she served. That's the way Pittsburgh thinks. They're not rational people. Fern Hollow Bridge is one of these. Oh, good. Wow, Fern Hollow Bridge. It collapsed, man. Wow, man. The nature of reality. Wow, the nature of reality. And Mark Nuremberg puts on his administrative hat, comes out with tassels and bronzes and plaques, and says, we anoint this, we consecrate this. This is the nature of reality. We want all of you to meditate on the Fern Hollow Bridge. It's the nature of reality, man. Wow.